Audrey, we just waiting for the recording to begin?
Yes, we are just. It should be about 30 seconds or so.
Okay, thank you.
Good day and good afternoon. Thank you for attending our regular scheduled board commissioners meeting here at the GHURA's main office in Sinonia. It is 12:04 p.m. September 30th, 2025. You can also find us on our YouTube page and our Zoom as well. We'll start with roll call, please. Commissioner Corpus. Present. Thank you. Commissioner Torres. Here. Commissioner Delia.
Here.
Thank you for joining us, Commissioner Delia, via Zoom. Commissioner Rice and Chairman Rivera are excused. Thank you. We have quorum. All right, second point on board meetings and public announcements. The first printings Tuesday, September 23rd, 2025, located in your packets, commissioners. Second printing Sunday, September 28th, 2025 as well. Looks like everything is in order. Commissioners, any questions on the public announcements? Perfect. Okay, moving along. Approval of previous board minutes, August 26, 2025 and September 16, 2025. Commissioners, I went ahead and I procured all the corrections that we need to be done. If we go to new business, your new business package, item number 4, agenda 4, excuse me, award, or excuse me, incentive award IFB GHURA -25-10.
I can't hear anything in the boardroom.
They're looking through the
Oh.
Previous minutes, Commissioner.
Oh, okay.
Commissioner, can you hear this? Can you hear my voice?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I think I was a little bit confused. I thought we already got the changes, or we didn't get the changes for the minutes.
No, so the last previous board minutes of September 16, 2025, we tabled that till today.
Oh.
So we're going back. That's why we have 2. Yeah, that's why we have 2 in our packets. One for the 26th of August and one for the 16th of September.
Okay, so for the new business, is that what month is that? Which one is that one? The August or the September? August
so
26th. Okay.
August 26th right now.
Okay, so I saw several changes just for consistency purposes. From page 2, 3, and 4. Any of the word bid should be a capital B. And then any dollar amount, I think we should use the extension of 0.00, so that way it's consistent throughout our packet.
I agree. Okay.
I just want to clarify also on the call to order. It says July 8, 2025. Is that supposed to be corrected?
Commissioner, what page are you on?
It's the call to the page 1 of 14, our first page of our minutes.
Okay, is this September 16, 2025?
Mine says under the call to order section, it says Tuesday, July 8, 2025 on the top, the call to order, the very first section.
Okay, so that may be a typo. We need to do that corrected. That's supposed to be for August 26, 2025. Commissioners, anything further? Commissioner Delia, anything on your end? Seeing nothing else, any further discussion on this matter, on the previous board minutes?
No.
Okay, all right, with that being said, may I get a motion on the floor to approve our previous board minutes?
Gonna make a motion to approve the ordinance for August 26, 2025 and September 16, 2025, or do we do it individually?
No. We can do it simultaneously, right?
You can do, yes, sir.
Simultaneously.
So you can, yeah, as long as there's no questions with regard to the September 16, 2025 minute,
Yeah.
you can vote
Okay.
with both.
And could you add, Commissioner, kindly, subject to corrections?
Subject to correction.
Yes, thank you. May I get a second? Thank you, Commissioner Corpus. Show of hands. Your vote, 1, 2, 3, 4. Thank you. Approval of previous board minutes for August 26, September 16, 2025 have been approved. Thank you. Judy?
You can make the decision to move agenda item 7 up.
Sure.
7, item 1.
Okay, moving along, we are skipping to item number 7. General discussions and announcements. Number 1, this will be Mr. Malcolm Stiles in regards to his absent property.
And if I may, for Commissioner Delia in the record, just like to state, so Mr. Stiles came in last meeting. Unfortunately, we didn't have enough time in that meeting to hear him out in general discussions. So we're providing him the opportunity upfront to make his the announcement or comments to the board. Okay.
Thank you.
On the floor.
All right, Mr. Miles, thank you for joining
Am I
us.
on?
Yes, the floor is yours.
Can I sit, come up and sit here?
Absolutely.
Thank you. Okay, yes, you may remember from a few weeks ago that I own property in Assan, and I'm adjacent to property that it was owned, I guess, owned by GHURA. The property line that was surveyed and recorded between our two properties, unfortunately, cuts through a portion of my house. And so clearly there's an error there. And as this property line was established during the redevelopment of the Assan subdivision, which was overseen by GHURA, clearly there was an error in the survey. So I more than a couple of years ago, I contacted GHURA, and we had a meeting in this office, and I brought up this issue and said, look, we're neighbors, we've got this problem with this boundary between our properties, we should get together and correct it. And it seemed like they understood that, and then in the meeting, one of the staff members also said that they were in the process of discussing with Groundwater Works, transferring this property to Groundwater Works, and that as this problem existed, it would also be good to fix it for that reason also, and that would benefit GHURA and would prevent there being any complications with the transfer. So we all agreed that this was a good thing to do between us. So I went ahead and said, look, let me handle this. What we need to do is resurvey, have it done professionally, prepare new plans, and have it recorded. That's the process that you go through when you do this kind of thing. And I said I would handle it all, as I am an engineer and have some experience in these matters. I said, let me handle it all. I'll have the survey done. I'll pay for it. All I want out of this meeting is to know that GHURA's with me, that we're going to work together on this, and that, I've got their backing, and that we both of us agree this is something we should do. Okay, so I did it. As you can see, I had the plans done. I engaged a surveyor. I spent $4,000 or $5,000, and I brought the plans in for GHURA's signature. What happens is once you make the plans, the new drawing is, and the new line is drawn up. The owners are listed. The owners sign off, and it goes down to land management, and they record it. And then this line that we had is moved, and everybody's fit. And by the way, one land management has reviewed these plans and they've accepted them. They've had a few amendments, but they said, yes, this is what we want to see. Bring it in anytime. So I brought the plans down to GHURA and said, okay, I've signed them, just needs you to sign them. This was, as I say, more than 2 years ago. Some time passed. I got a little anxious. I didn't know what the issue was. And then I got an invitation to come to a meeting, again in this room, with the director and her staff. And there was obviously a very different change of feeling. They said they were unsure or didn't quite know what to do. Anyway, it was decided that they needed time to look into it, do some due diligence, whatever that they needed to feel comfortable. So I said, okay, please do that. And please, in respect of the fact that, it's been 2 years that, I have to also mention it was longer than that I first brought it up, even back during Mr. Tapazan's time, but that's to the side. Yes, and they assured me that they were going to work on this. They were going to do their due diligence and get back to me, within a reasonable period of time. Like I say, that was 2 years ago. I followed up with some various messages to the director, but none were replied to. So I considered coming to these, to the commissioners' meeting, but I was somewhat confused and put off. I remembered that back during the COVID time, I think you all met online only. I was under that impression. And then later, I've continued to believe that you were still meeting online because actually on your advertising, it says that, the meeting and that the public may join in online. So I thought, well, the only way I'm going to apparently do it is online. Well, I'm a retired guy. I'm a bit low tech and I really wasn't up to do it. It's okay. I let it slide. I admit I let it slide. But nevertheless, 2 years was long enough for GHURA to answer, particularly as they expressed, an interest, and it was in their interest to do this also. So I've come to the commissioners, hoping that we can push this forward and get it done. It's very simple. It was very simple. Unfortunately, I've been told that, surprisingly, GHURA went ahead and completed this transfer with Guam Waterworks, even knowing that this boundary line existed, and even knowing that I was a partner to it and had been, encouraged to spend money and do this. So here we are today. I'd still like, of course, to have it done. It's important to me, and but it's going to need the help of the commissioners, because there apparently seems to be no interest, in GHURA other than that. And so I'm here to appeal that we do it. To make a suggestion. Again, there's probably some legal issues now with the transfer having taken place. We could still, maybe GHURA could go ahead and sign the plans. We get it recorded, and then they come up with an amended document to Guam Waterworks to say that there was an oversight, and that the plans that are cited in the deed of whatever it's called, the deed of transfer, would now cite the new plan instead of the old plan as being the description of the property. Maybe. The other way I would suggest, again, is that we bring Guam Waterworks into this, as they are now apparently the owner, and say that, this is unfortunate, but we need to work together, Guam Waterworks and GHURA, to do it and fix it. It's fixable. It's not, impossible. In fact, it was very, very simple. When I brought these plans in, all it needed was the signature, and it would have been recorded, it would have been done, and that would have been the end of it. GHURA chose not to do that, apparently, and then not to even address me when I brought it up, and then apparently to make the transfer in spite of this. So that's the history. That's my plea. I'm hoping that we can find a way to get this done and get this cleared up.
Thank you, Mr. Steins. Appreciate the testimony.
Just for the record, Chairman, I don't believe that was testimony he provided. It was just really information to the board with regard to what exactly is going on. Testimony is only taken when he's put under oath, not to perjure himself. And so I would just like to make that distinction. This matter first came to my attention when I started as in-house counsel in or about March of 2023. With several discussions with the CD division and Ms. Napoli, the executive director. There was no mention that there had been ever a directive or directions given to Mr. Stiles to go ahead and survey the area using his own funds to do so. That was not something that I was told ever happened. GHURA also takes a sort of a stance on his description of the boundary issue being very clear and easy to complete. When I got on board, there were many issues. One of them that was brought up at the last meeting was the fact that there was another owner who we believe is deceased, heirs unknown. We've made attempts, I know the CD division had made attempts to try to contact these individuals, these heirs, with no luck. So there was no easy way to just sign off on something that we needed to find out. And that was something that should have been taken care of during the urban renewal stage, but had not. So Mr. Stiles came in and wanted to see what we could do. There was a real earnest effort to try to assist him with this. Again, as I've indicated at the last hearing, to either allow him to purchase the sliver of property or for us to just go ahead and give it to him to correct any boundary issues. But that, again, because of the issue with regard to someone not being located, an owner of the property, we couldn't just do it. And so that's where we were. When we were further discussing this matter, CD division had indicated that back in 2021, as indicated in the letter to Mr. Stiles dated on or about August 15, 2025, on page 87 of the board packet, it was indicated to him that because of this, we needed to be able to, go ahead and transfer the property to GWA, who had made a request to have that deed actually done. So in November, on or about November 18th of 2024, grant deed was submitted to them. Effectively, when that transfer was recorded at land management, GHURA no longer has possession of this property, no longer has jurisdiction of the property. So for us to, unfortunately, his request, Mr. Stiles' request, for us to work with GWA and do something is beyond our ability to do so at this time. In the letter, we did tell Mr. Stiles that GHURA understood his situation and that we would be more than happy to assist him by our community development division going to GWA and seeing what could be done. And that option is still open. And we would be more than happy, Mr. Stiles, to help you with that, with a program coordinator going with you to GWA once you set up a meeting. Again, that was always an effort we wanted in this case. But the point is again, as indicated in that letter, this situation is considered closed by GHURA and is moot because of the fact that we don't own the property anymore.
May I ask?
One moment, if I can address.
Yes,
the board.
please.
So a couple things to add on there. One is happy to help and assist where we can, but
Yeah.
no employee either has the legal authority or should be making. I'd be very surprised to hear anyone making a commitment for a transfer of authority. No employee should be making that, except for, the ones who can make that decision, which would be the board or the executive director. So if there are employees or staff making that promise, I would like to know, because that's a serious, that would be a.
And let me just add, Didi, or acting executive director, no, that was never
Correct.
what we were talking
Correct.
about. It was always about
Yes.
providing context to GWA.
Yes, but that's what I want to be, what I
Clear.
would make clear is
Sure.
whatever was discussion you might have had you know,
In
I'd
the
be very
past.
interested if there was a specific employee prior to our continued offer to explain the context with GWA. If you're making a claim that somebody without authority was making promises to transfer property to you outside of there, that's very concerning to me. The second thing, is that the resolution passed by the board in 2021 directed the property to be transferred. So it was beyond the authority of the executive director, myself, or any staff member to not transfer or execute that transfer of property to GWA, which they had utilities on the property. And then I would like to also state for the record that there has been no evidence that we could see to substantiate that the original survey lines that, you know, there's a claim of encroachment, right, are incorrect, right? And everything we do, even back then, and then to Mr. Styles' point, surveys are required to be done by a professional surveyor. And the maps and everything are signed, even though it happened during urban renewal, we're not immune or exempt from that process. So then the claim would be, and the liability would be on the surveyor at the time, whoever it was, if that's the claim, but there's been no evidence thus far substantiating that at the time of urban renewal that those lines or boundaries were inaccurate. But again, I'd like to echo what council has said. You know, neither here nor there, none of us were part of that urban renewal, but we're happy to assist Mr. Styles, in how we can in providing that context. And helping discuss with GWA and seeing what options they are provided, you know, may not affect their need of the property. But you know, our position is that we don't own the land. There's really no legal authority or grounds that we can do other than trying to help GWA understand, and to a degree, within ethical bounds, advocate to try to assist you so that all parties get what they need.
Okay, okay, you've said a lot, and of course, I can reply to a lot of it, but
Sure.
First of all, going back to this gentleman, he may not have been aware, but what my statement that I was to go ahead and do this and pay for it, I have the letter from GHURA, from the director, on that issue. So you may not have been aware of it, but there's no question that is the case.
Ms. Napoli
Yes.
directed you to conduct the survey.
It not conduct, and understood that I was to be doing this in order for this line to be relocated and corrected in order to benefit us both. It was, you know, it was in the wrong place. The mistake was made during the survey, during the, you know, long time ago, the redevelopment of Assen. The Assen, GHURA was in charge, I guess, responsible for that whole redevelopment. During that time, the entire village was resurveyed. All previous surveys were annulled, if that's the right word, and the new surveys were conducted. My house was there at that time. So whoever conducted that survey made an error, and it gets recorded. Look, this is interesting background, but and maybe for you it has some sort of legal thing, but basically the survey exists, and this happens all the time. It's not unusual. And when these things happen, or to add more, any neighbors which have adjacent properties can alter their property line any way they like, as long as they both agree. And so I felt I had the agreement of GHURA. And as I say, there's some correspondence on that. And so I went ahead and prepared the necessary documents for doing it. It could have been done when I presented, or shortly after the meeting which we had, where they had their concerns. They could have cleared up their concerns, and we could have done it, and it would have been done. However, they went ahead and made this transfer to GWA, knowing that this was was active. Okay, I don't get it, but they knew it was active and chose not to address it. In fact, chose not even to reply to my inquiries. So it suggests that there was something, maybe, doesn't look good. Let's say it doesn't look good. But one other point, no, please.
Go ahead.
You made a lot of points, so let me try to answer back to you. You brought this point up before and it was brought up during the second meeting I alluded to, and you brought it up at the last meeting that that this GWA property the ownership was not clear owing to some untraceable owners, the Jurado family. Well, you've transferred the property, so I assume you've cleared that up. You mentioned to
We
me.
transferred our interest, GHURA's interest,
GHURA's
not
interest.
Narada's interest.
Oh, okay, so there's a
So
distinction.
we can't do
Okay,
that, sir.
Okay, yeah, okay. It just seemed a contradiction, but I understand that can probably be done. Okay, so that's really not the point. I mean, that's really not the point. That's not my point. I think it's clear what I was hoping for. And I understand you've been talking a lot in a legal way, which it's important to you. But for me, right now, I would still like to see this done. I would assume that GWA, now having presumably owning the property, if that's correct, or at least having control of it, would also like to see this cleared up. I mean, it's a mistake that needs to be fixed, and it's the responsible thing and professional thing to do when it comes to the attention of people in authority and in professional status. You're supposed to take care of these things, not avoid them. So I believe GWA would want to see this done, and I'm hoping that GHURA would still be willing to help on this, and between the three of us, we should be able to see it done. But I would like, you can imagine, well, I'm before you, the commissioners now. So I would like you to take this on, or take this interest, and let's try to move it forward. And I'm not sure what the steps are, but let's get started. I'll continue to come to these meetings, and we can discuss what's been done and what problems have arisen. But I'm hoping that the board will support me. That's, I guess, the end of.
Thank you, Mr. Stiles. And again, we thank you for being here and being able to share the causality and from your point of view, and everything that's transpired up to this point. And I shared my sentiments with my team alongside of your concern. We're not just leaving you in the dark. We're going to do within the legal boundaries that we can do to continue to assist you. But at this point, GHURA has no involvement within that property any longer. But that's not to say that we're not dehumanizing your situation. And as my acting director just mentioned, we're more than happy to potentially assist you and help you resolve and rectify the situation to the best of our legal abilities. And I think our legal would agree that since it's no longer in our hands, there's only so much that we can do, but it doesn't mean that we don't want to. So that is an issue. So we're left in a situation where we have full context of and history of where you're coming from, your point of view. And with that, I will stick by my legal and my executive director, and we will continue to, like I said, to reiterate to the best of our ability, assist you in any way that we can legally can. So, but with that, there's nothing more or less that we can offer to the extent of what my legal and our acting director has already stated.
What I would recommend to Mr. Stiles, Mr. Chairman, is that he schedule an appointment with whoever handles, the concerns that you have over at GWA. Once that is done, you can let us know, and the executive management, either Mr. Esteves or Ms. Napoli, will make a decision to go ahead and assist you with talking to those folks over at GWA. Without making any.
Well, yeah, I'm going to need some help, because I have contacted Mr. Bordaio before, and I'm afraid he has not replied to me either on this issue.
Unfortunately, the board, neither does
management. But I understand. So I will probably have to go to the commissioners of GWA, because clearly I'm not getting away. When I don't do that, I'm not getting any response from the directors of these agencies. So that will probably be my step, that I will go there before the commissioners of GWA, and I will bring this story up to them. And
If I may,
please.
from this letter on August 15th, on the closing statement by, the director, it's clearly saying that we will assist in what is it, regarding waterworks, we'll do this. It's legally deeded to GWA. But regard to the concern on the research which is done, we on behalf of the former owners, we will assist you. And it's in black and white that we will help. So I don't think there's a resolution we need to vote on anything. I just
Okay,
that we could maybe put it in the record that we will, that
Okay.
the board do a follow-up to make sure that
well, okay,
there is help.
I hope so, but.
And if you
have-
like,
You have this in writing from the
Mhm,
director
mhm,
on this last
mhm,
meeting.
mhm.
That we'd be happy to, that GHURA will go to or assist you with getting this resolved at GWA. With that, that it's already in black and white. I think by doing that, this is, then basically all we can do as a board right now.
Yeah, but just Commissioner Corpus, with regard to a qualification of what Ms. Napoli was indicating in her letter, was just subject to the research that had already been done by the CD division, and also the fact that to really provide context to GWA as to what concerns you may have with regard to the property and the boundary lines. So that is really where our extent of assistance will be with,
Yes.
With regard to the staff at the Community Development Division. So we're not, talking about providing you with legal resources or legal, assistance.
Even when my first proposal to GHURA was that I would do it all. I've never asked for anything, anybody really to do anything. All I asked was that you were with me, and it seemed from that meeting, because of the fact that, that you wanted it done also. Then, astoundingly, you dropped it. It dropped in the middle of me doing this. You dropped it and then ignored me. Which, okay, it's in the past, but it doesn't sit well and it doesn't look good.
And again, just
I'm sorry,
on,
legal, excuse me, just for clarity, no, I must respectfully disagree. We don't just take on cases like this or entertain cases like this and arbitrarily, unilaterally just quote unquote drop it.
No,
That's-
I'm not suggesting that that's done on any, regular basis, but in this case, it happened.
It may have happened from your point of view, but, if that were the case, we wouldn't be here entertaining this situation in the first place. The board has agreed to hear your case out, right? And because, like I mentioned, when we first met, we're just as human as you, and we're not gonna neglect the seriousness or the gravity of the situation. But we want to continue to reiterate, at the risk of beating the horse, that we're not leaving you out in the dark.
Okay.
Yeah. So we're not going to neglect your situation in any way, shape, or form, right? That's not who we are. That we're addressing, and we are respectfully acknowledging your situation. And as my fellow board or commissioner just mentioned, it's in writing.
Yes,
So-
right.
And I understand your lamentation towards the situation, and that would be incensed as well. But we have procedural
Okay.
stuff that we have to address. But number one, we're not going to neglect you. Number
Okay.
two, we're not dropping the ball. Number three, we do care to the extent of what we can do.
Okay, but okay, so you will assist me, but obviously you are not prepared to be proactive in this issue and try to get it resolved. In other words, I may bring this up because for somebody like me to get anywhere, right, from my experience here and from my experience with GDA, very difficult. If GHURA was to make the contact, it would be respected and responded to. And if they were to say, look, we regret that some things happened earlier before we were doing this thing. In order to put it right, we'd like to, help you bring everybody. If they could You understand what I'm trying to say? They would make the
I
proposal
understand
because
Mr. Stiles.
it's very
Yeah,
difficult.
we are prepared to help, but to your point, and I don't want to belabor this, whatever contact you've had with, like, to council's point, if you'd like to share the communication you have or attempt it, then, we can better figure out how we can maybe, assist, right, where we can. But as far as we're concerned, I don't know if you've ever contacted GWA. And that's just because, if you want to loop us in, feel free to, right?
Okay,
And then maybe we could, reach out to the general manager in that respect based on the context of the conversation,
Okay,
but not come in out of kind of nowhere.
okay, so my suggestion that in order to put right, GHURA is not prepared to make this contact and sort of,
I didn't say that, sir.
Oh,
I
I'm
said
sorry.
I'd like to understand where your contact with them has been thus far.
Yeah.
oh, well,
use
no,
that as a
I've
starting
not
point.
contacted them on this issue.
Okay.
I'm sorry, maybe I
Acting
can,
executive-
my reference to contacting GWA are on other issues.
Got it.
And
Okay.
based on the responses that I got on those other issues, which was essentially nothing, leaves me, now me having to carry another issue to GWA.
Mr. Stiles,
Makes me think, hey, maybe you guys could like really give me some kind of help here to make sure that I don't get turned down, don't get ignored.
Okay.
If you could express that you would like to see this done and that you would like GWA to do that, and that GHURA would like to see this done, that I think would get their attention and we would get the ball rolling. If I contact them, first of all, I don't think I would get a response. Then I would have to go to the commissioners' meeting. It seems to me that if GHURA could put their presence in at the beginning as saying we wish to fix this and let's all work together to do it, it would happen and we would get it. If it's left to me, it's yeah. But I think you understand. I don't need to say anything.
yeah, Mr. Stiles, if you can just give me a second to put a word in, okay? I have been in contact, being proactive for you and talking to Ms. Teresa Rojas, who is legal counsel for GWA.
Oh, thank
And
you.
I have talked to her about what was happening, not taking a side and saying you're correct. Just saying that we have the situation where we had to deed back property that was approved in 2021 to the back to GWA or to GWA. And she was even invited to come here today to be able to sit in and maybe be able to discuss things. She didn't make a commitment to do that. She said she might send a designee, which I'm looking at the screen. I don't see anybody from GWA.
Okay.
But it's not to throw it on them, but they're aware of it, is what I'm.
Okay, if I'm not following,
They-
if I'm just going to make sure I'm following you, because this is important. You yourself have contacted GWA and made them aware of regarding this transfer of the property and made them aware of this outstanding issue with the border.
Yeah, correct.
You have done that.
I've done that.
Oh, well,
yes.
thank you.
But
That's
and I even provided her with a copy of the letter
Oh,
so that
thank
she's
you.
aware of what's going on. She couldn't remember about it, but
Mhm.
back in November when
Okay.
the property was transferred, but she said she kind of recalled. But again, I'm not speaking for Ms. Rojas. I'm just saying that there was
Okay,
contact.
so you
made
have, in
with
other
her.
words, made a
Yes.
first contact.
So, but again, it's not to say that you're correct or that, they should do something. It was just to say we have this situation and we have Mr. Stiles that's coming to the board, and we really can't do anything because of the fact that the property is now in GWA hands. And really, there is nothing, even if you came to the board, 500 times,
Okay.
you still can't do anything.
And if I may, if you initiate the petition and include us, we could equally on the management side, make them aware. But understand, we can't take a position for or against, right? We can't advocate for an individual. That's kind of where we have to draw the line on that, right? From a legal perspective. However, we're happy to let them know, right, that, of the background and what we were working on or what we were considering as possible. But, the issue, they may run into it too, or have options available to them. But for us, when it comes to a transfer of property, cloudy titles are a no-no when it comes to are challenging. However, respectfully, we're happy to continue the dialogue. We do have important business we have to continue on the agenda, sir. And you're always, as a member of the public, always welcome to come back. But I hope that provides you some additional consideration or maybe some assurance that you know, despite what we can, what we're
Okay.
able to do or aren't allowed to do, we do have interest in trying to assist where we can.
Yeah, okay, but the fact that GHURA has passed this property over to.
We didn't
GW,
pass it.
whatever.
We
I'm sorry,
submit our
yeah,
claim. There's a huge difference there.
Okay, well, I'm trying, I obviously I can't talk like a lawyer, okay,
Yes.
so please listen to what I try to say. The property has been, whatever the word is, to GWA. And this issue that I raised that GHURA was aware of, GWA is now also aware of, as this gentleman has
Yes.
said. Wouldn't both of you be interested in cleaning up this title, this transfer, this, you know, wouldn't both of you, GWA, both of you be interested, even without me? I mean, the fact that you transferred a property that had, maybe I'm not using the right word, a defect or something on it that you're both aware of, wouldn't you both be interested to fix it
Well, here's-
regardless of the fact that?
Well, here's an
that I'm
important thing,
part-
sir. There's a third party with private party with claim to the property. Right, and that's a huge issue. So no matter, even if GWA wanted to do something, there's another claimant to the property. You see what I'm
Who is
saying?
this other one? Hello, this other claimant.
We won't discuss that on the record, but from urban renewal, there's a reservation on the property, right? So the title was cloudy.
Oh, okay,
So
you're talking
while
about this
Yeah.
Gerardo family.
So while we surrendered our rights to our claim to GWA, there's still another claimant to the property. So it's not as simple as, you know, as
Okay, so
as you make it seem, right? There's a lot of interest in the party, you amongst them. GHURA's quit its interest. GWA has an active interest with actual infrastructure on the property, and now a portion of the interest as well. So, you know, from the legal perspective, correct me if I'm wrong, there's GWA with a physical interest on the property and a deed from us for our interest. There's a unclaimed reservation in which we've tried to contact them and see what the interested party wants to do with the property, you know, and then hopefully part of that was maybe to try to assist you. And then
Okay.
you have a claim as well. And so GHURA is actually not a legal party to all of this, but there's still 3 that remain. So it's just a swap from GPA or GWA or GHURA to GWA, but
So
you
if I'm-
two are still the, you
Well, I
know,
guess what I've learned now is that until this cloud, if that's the right word, this party that cannot be contacted, until that's cleared up, essentially we can't do anything. Nobody can do anything with it. I mean, we can't move the property line. Probably GWA, if they wanted to develop that property, you know, wouldn't be able to. So I guess the most important thing is to get this cloud, is this person that can't be contacted,
Yeah,
you know, get that,
Mr.
once that's
Stiles,
cleared up, it seems to me
yes. Well, as was indicated to you a few times, and this is the route we were going, we were hoping to do that. If we could have done it and it could have been done, it would have been done by GHURA. So when we found that there was this issue with regard to ownership, we went ahead and did what was to honor the board's policy back in 2021 to go ahead and deed that property back to GWA, which we have. So all you need to do, sir, schedule an appointment with GWA. Let us know when you have that appointment. If you're able to get that appointment, go to the board. If you need to go to the board, do what you need to do.
But it seems to me that even if they want to entertain me, they're going to say, look, we just got this problem from GHURA. This property was transferred. It's only their interest. We don't have legal ownership because there's still this outstanding person who can't be contacted. So we can't do anything either.
well, they might have,
Sorry,
they might
excuse
have
me,
a-
gentlemen, if I may, Mr. Stiles.
Yeah.
I mean, we're already beating the horse.
Yeah,
Wait,
we
no,
are.
I'm sorry, excuse me.
Yeah.
No. Just, like I said, this is respectfully speaking, right? Let me just reiterate for the last time. We do have other business to attend to, and we're not neglecting you. Please take that for face value, right? My legal and the rest of the commissioners have already assured you, along with my executive director, my acting executive director, that you're not going to be left out alone. You're not going to be neglected in any way, and we're going to assist you if to the extent that you just follow what my legal advises for you to do, and then since they're already aware of your situation, right? So it's not like you're approaching Water with with a brand new situation. We're all aware of your situation, yeah.
Yeah,
So
that is it.
my recommendation would be to, please, right? Please follow the direction of my legal, and the advice of what Mr. Floyd is providing you. And then from there, as Commissioner Corpus pointed out, that you're gonna be, we're not gonna neglect you.
No, I understand, and you've made that point, and I accept that point, and I won't be.
Yeah.
What I have now learned, and I guess I've, from this gentleman, is that because this person, because they don't have clear ownership and they
Sure.
weren't able to transfer clear ownership, GWE can't do anything anyway, even if they want to help me, because until they get clear ownership of that property, they cannot, now that they own it, adjust the property line that we now share. They can't do anything. So it all rests with this, GHURA clearing up this problem.
Again, sir,
And then
not
once
GHURA,
that's done,
not GHURA. GWA owns the property now, not GHURA. So GWA is gonna have to clear that issue before they can do
Okay.
anything with you.
yes, but with me, but isn't GHURA still interested? The fact that GHURA took this property on when they did the redevelopment and became owner, they, whatever the word is, expropriated or whatever from the original owner. And this problem with the title has existed for 35 years or 40 years. Is GHURA still not interested in the fact that they took this and clearing this up, regardless of GWA? Are you
To
not
be
interested
blunt,
to clear this up?
We aren't,
Yeah.
because of the fact that this is a sliver of property which has a public utility on it,
Yeah.
and it can't be used for anything, really. And so that's why we decided, the
Yeah, there's
executive
no
director decided
gain.
to
There's
go
no
ahead
gain.
and transfer
There's
it.
no gain for you.
Yeah.
And therefore you're not interested.
Well, and urban renewals closed.
Right,
So the matter before the federal government is
it's
closed.
closed.
That's not that, yeah.
Yeah, it's okay. I'll let you guys go.
All right,
I'll let
thank you,
guys
Mr.
go.
Starr.
But you may see me again.
Sure.
Thank you, Mr. Sauce.
Thank you, sir. You are always welcome back. I truly mean that.
Thank you. Legal, request for a 2-minute recess, please.
Sure.
Thank
We'll
you.
keep the camera running.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, time is 12:57. Do I have to point out the time? I request only for 2 minutes.
Oh, you want to just make,
3 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Ah.
we're still recording and videotaping.
Yes, still recording. Yes, that one's next.
Yes, thank you. Sorry.
Um,
Yes, sir.
Providing with the number or email address to the counselor will be that way.
Yeah, we could do
yeah.
that.
Just information.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah. You're too hot.
Is he still with the OAG?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. What is he doing over there?
Apparently,
Paralegal.
and he's going for his master's,
Oh, good for him.
and after that, he's got it.
Don't they all?
Really thank you for that. So we'll go back up to,
We're gonna go to the last three years.
from 7 to,
Old business.
old business is number 5. And then go straight to, item 3.
We're going to old business, which is, okay,
Old business item 3.
Okay, we are back in session. Lito, we're good?
Yes.
All right, time is 1 p.m. Okay, we are moving on to old business. Item number 3, this is resolution number FY 2025 033. This is the resolution commending Miss Ann C. Sahagan, interviewer clerk, for her dedication and contributions to Guam Housing and Urban Renewal Authority. Mr. Acting Director, thank you.
Thank you. Resolution FY 2025-033, resolution commending Ms. Anna C. Sahagan, interviewer clerk, for her dedication and contributions to the Guam Housing and Urban Renewal Authority, GHURA. Whereas Ms. Anna C. Sahagan dedicated a total of 19 years and 12 days to the government of Guam. And whereas before joining GHURA, Ms. Sahagan began her public service career at the Department of Public Health and Social Services, serving as a claims specialist 1 and 2 from 1992 to 1999. And whereas from 2007 to 2012, she continued her service at DPHSS as a clerk 3 and later as an eligibility specialist 2. And whereas Ms. Sahagan returned to DPHSS from 2013 to 2014, serving as an eligibility specialist 1. And whereas she further contributed to public service by participating in the Senior Community Service Employment Program, otherwise known as CSEP, under the Department of Labor, DOL, from 2018 to 2019, serving as a clerical trainee. And whereas on September 19, 2019, Ms. Sahagan joined the Guam Housing and Urban Renewal Authority, GHURA, as a Clerk 1, a temporary position in the Public Housing App 1 division. And whereas she was subsequently promoted to Clerk 3 on April 1st, 2021, and later to Interviewer Clerk on April 1st, 2023. And whereas during her tenure at GHURA, Ms. Sahagan rendered 5 years and 11 months of committed service, contributing meaningfully to the mission and goals of the authority. And whereas her dedication and contributions to Public Housing App 1 division positively impacted the operations of the authority and the broader Guam community. And whereas the Board of Commissioners extends its recognition and gratitude to Ms. Anna C. Sahagan, commending her on her retirement from the authority and best wishes on her future endeavors. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the Chairman of the Board of Commissioners shall certify and the Executive Director attest the adoption hereof, Board of Commissioners Resolution number FY 2025-033, and that thereafter shall be presented to Ms. Anna C. Sahagan, whereby a copy shall be placed in her official personal file and a copy provided to the Governor of Guam. And we have Ms. Anna here and her family, and Ms. Narcy, her division manager. Maybe before, while we're in discussion on the resolution, maybe give an opportunity to Ms. Narcy to speak on her staff member.
Just to thank Ms. Anna on behalf of your F1 team. We had a special gathering for you already, but just to further iterate that we thank you for your dedication and your commitment to your team, but more importantly, your family that you serve. We only have well wishes for her as she continues on her next chapter. Thank you again, Ms. Anna. Congratulations.
Maybe we'll hear from the board, act on the resolution, and then give the final words to Ms. Sahagan.
Sure, Ms. Sahagan, you sure you don't want to stay another 20 years?
I think I've come to that point where I have other plans and it's time for me to do that.
Sure.
make a step, and work will always be work. I can always come back and work. But there are more important things in my life that mean a lot to me, and I like to accomplish them.
Right on. Absolutely. And thank you for all the years of service to Department of Public Health and to Housing Urban Authority, your commitment and your stellar work ethics. I've heard nothing but outstanding things about you, and goes without notice. And I think I speak on behalf of the entire board that we were very fortunate and blessed to have you. Thank you. Very big. And commissioners, anything you would like to add to that? Commissioner Delia, would you like anything to add to that?
Just congratulations, and I hope you enjoy your retirement.
Thank you.
Thank you. Commissioner Corpus, Torres?
Yeah, congratulations. Congratulations.
Okay,
Jordan.
and enjoy it.
Enjoy
Well-
your-
Well earned.
Thank you.
All right. Okay, with that being said, we have something that we'd like to present before we get to that.
You want to do the resolution?
Yeah,
The
we
motion.
do- Yeah, we'll do the resolution first. So, commissioners, make it a motion on the floor to approve Miss Hagen's retirement.
Make a motion to approve the resolution commending Ms. Anna C. Sahagun, interviewer clerk, for her dedication and contributions to the Guam Housing and Urban Renewal Authority.
Thank you, Commissioner Forrest. May I get a second? Thank you, Commissioner Corpus. May I go ahead and get a vote, please? 1, 2, 3, 4. Congratulations. The resolution is approved, Ms. Hagen, and enjoy your retirement. Ms. Hagen, we have a gift for you. If you be kind enough to join us up here.
Right, congratulations.
Okay, 1, 2, 3.
You got some final words for us, and we see front of the family with you?
Yeah, you want your family? Everybody-
Yeah, come for your family. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, oh, no more clapping because the baby.
Okay, Kim, you don't need to count, it's a digital camera.
1, 2.
Nap away.
There's 2 cameras.
Thank you.
Other words?
Thanks so much, everyone. It's been a pleasure in doing something I really love. It was a very, the job is very passionate in my heart, so. And of course, like I said, the other important things in my life, my family that I'm missing out. And it was heartbreaking to make the decision, but I have, work will always be there, but I do love my job. And I have one of the best teams that I'm leaving behind. They're awesome. So thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Well deserved. God bless you.
All right, thank you.
Good luck. Yeah.
Thank you.
Enjoy your retirement.
Thank you, Darcy.
All right, moving along. Thank you again to the Sahagan family. Thank you, Miss, and for
Thank you,
everything.
guys.
Stars, thank you. Appreciate it. Okay, we are moving along to.
Yeah, so if
Do
you
you want to
like,
go back to business?
we could just knock out old business and close it out. It's just gonna be item 1.
Okay,
Table 2, Mr. Chair,
Yes,
Table 2 or item number 2 in old business,
Yes.
we're gonna cancel, that's canceled.
okay,
Item 4, I request we table that till the executive director returns.
yes,
And so item 1 in old business, and then we can go to new business.
okay, thank you. All right, to reiterate, commissioners, we are canceling number 2 of old business. And we are tabling item number 4 until Madam Director is back. So we'll just go right into number 1 on under old business, intent to award IFB GHURA -25-12. We have that page, excuse me, one moment.
Page 44.
Okay, page 44. Commissioners, this item is on page 44 of your packet. This is the intent of award IFB GHURA -25-12, the lead abatement for AMP 1, 2, and 4. Lord,
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you.
Intent of award IFB GHURA -25-12 for the lead abatement of apps 1, 2, and 4. The bid opening for the subject project was held on August 19th, 2025 at 2 p.m. A total of 3 bidders registered for the bid and given bid specifications, of which only 1 submitted a bid. Listed below are the results of the bid submissions, which were open and read aloud publicly. Number 1, vendor, iTech Builders, doing business as ILMA International Incorporated, submitted their cashier's check 15% for the total bid amount, and they were awarded. They did not submit a bid for number 1. They submitted a bid for base bid number 2 at $395,000 and base bid number 3 for $140,500 for a total of $535,500. The government estimate for this project was $1,771,200. The Guam Housing and Urban Renewal Authority's mission is to provide affordable, decent, safe, and sanitary housing through the maintenance of our existing units, to ensure that facilities owned and managed by GHURA are safe and appealing to the residents. The abatement of lead-based paint LBP project is listed as one of the projects in the Capital Fund Program annual statement to be addressed. This project is designed to permanently eliminate existing lead-based paint hazards in our public housing units. A lead-based paint testing was completed on 2018 and had identified at least 70 units as having lead-based paint at certain locations within the units. In review of the bid results, iTech Builders, doing business as ILMA International Incorporated, provided the lowest and responsive and responsible bid. After further clarification, the committee members determined to proceed with the award of the project to iTech Builders, doing business as ILMA in the amount of $535,500 for bid item 1, with a bid item number 2, with the project completion timeline of 200 consecutive days, and bid item number 3, with the project timeline of 60 consecutive calendar days, with no option periods and not to exceed the amount of $535,500. And I'd just like to add, Antonio, correct me if I'm mistaken on this, because of the funding source and because there was only 1 bidder, it required approval from HUD. So sole bidders, sole source or sole bidders require HUD approval for a public housing project.
Correct.
Okay, so we did have HUD review the procurement and approve it before we come to the board today for your approval to award.
Thank you. I appreciate that. And going to be Mr. Camacho is in the meeting along with his team.
And we have Patrick from MOD and then Andrew with AID.
Thank you.
So was there a reason why base bid item number 1 was not, bidded out?
It was bidded out, but I don't think they submitted. They did not submit for base bid 1.
Was it too large of a project or?
We don't know.
Yeah.
Because it normally just comes in as a no bid.
Yeah.
So whatever the reasons is from the vendor, it may be that they just couldn't do the job, or might be too expensive, or whatever the cost may be. We don't know, we won't know unless we ask.
Yeah, and we'll probably formulate, as it's still necessary, right? We'll have to go to bid for that specific item, correct?
So,
Yeah.
So the other bid item will be set up for resolicitation.
And bid item 1 was,
That was for, AMP1.
oh, that was for app 1,
Correct. So
specifically
Oh.
for app,
Sure.
okay.
Okay.
I would like to ask, the government estimated $1,771,200. Is that for the total 1, 2, and 3? Are we supposed to be doing that per bid item? For instance, the base bid 1, which is not being bid on, shouldn't we have a government estimate on that and then 2 more individually on each one?
The 1.7, I believe, is a combination of all.
Yeah.
the bid ones. Yes, of all the best bids, but it is broken down into the apps, which we have to understand.
It's just not in the Word document, but we have it as a procurement
We have
record,
the
but we
procurement
can share
record,
it.
how it's broken down. Yeah.
Okay.
We can.
Would you like us to read it into the record?
If you would.
I would feel more comfortable on there. I know if I'd signed off on it, it's like fine.
Yeah.
But we also have to sign off
Yes,
on it.
That's fine.
We have it.
Sorry.
So we
Not being in the board.
They have that information.
I'll read it into the record.
You get my point.
Yes, I do.
Thank you.
Okay. So for the lead-based paint abatement, it's a go app 1, 2, 3 in that order? Okay, the government estimate for app 1, base bid, the government estimate was 1,797,840,000. For app 2 was $355,806. And for app 4, for app 4 was $170,200.
Pretty close in the ballpark.
Sorry, Acting Director, could you repeat, base bid number 1 again, 1 mil?
$1,797,840.
Thank you.
We have the total bid here at $1,771,000.
Well, remember, it's an estimate, so that was the government, I'm sorry, say again?
Okay, we got 1,000,007 on the first bid. which
Correct.
was Not done.
It's
And then we have these other two coming up to 535.
Yeah.
And 500, but we have a total government estimate of 107, which is only base bid 1, which was not even put out.
Which wasn't put out.
remember the government estimate and what was actually bid are two different things. So we estimated the aggregate of everything to be 1.7 million. That was the government estimate.
Right.
So the actual bid is, as long as it's within range of that, it could be above or below.
Sure.
Oftentimes it's a little above, right? We hope it would be below that.
But in your government estimate of each one, right, separately?
Yeah.
The first one was over $1 million still, right?
Correct,
So you said 1.7, and that's about the same as the.
correct.
As a government
Wait,
estimate.
but
I believe the numbers that was said earlier, that was just for the base bid 1.
correct,
The total amount for all 3 bid, you have to take the sum of the whole 3 bid items. Bid item number 1,
Yeah.
2, and 3. So I believe that will come up to
2.4.
2.3 or something like that.
So then the government estimate that was written on the document that the board's considering, the 1.7 reflects only bid item 1.
Yes,
That's what they're getting at.
yeah,
Okay. So it should be higher?
yes, yes.
Okay,
Yeah,
come on, team. We gotta check this stuff for to the board.
so our number is,
Yeah, thank you for the clarification. We'll go ahead and, let's amend that. Let's do the calculation. Just for, we'll amend the record. Wait, I need that total.
Oh. Here it is. You?
Yes.
Sorry.
No.
Arthritic hand is not being able to push it further.
So, Mr. Chair, the total government estimate for bid items one through three should be 2,331,846.
Okay, so the total government estimate should be $2,331,846.
Correct. So I'd recommend we just make that change there.
To the government estimate,
Correct.
Okay.
Which would be the aggregate of bid items 1 through 3.
Commissioner Delia, did you gather that? Okay, thank you.
And so we'll just correct this for the record.
Yeah.
This is not actually the action item itself, but this will be reflected, we'll correct it in the packet. But for I guess the action before the board is to approve the award to ILMA International or iTech Builders doing business as ILMA International in the total amount of $535,500 for a for bid item 1 or bid item 2 with a project timeline of 200 consecutive calendar days and bid of item 3 for a project timeline of 30 consecutive calendar days with no options not to exceed the amount awarded.
Okay,
So page 46.
Yeah.
Mr. Commissioner,
Yeah.
last 2 sentences.
right, with the project timeline of 200 consecutive calendar days, the bid item number 3 with the project timeline of 30, not 60?
No, 60 calendar days.
Okay.
My apologies. Did I say 30?
You said 30.
My apologies.
Yeah.
60
60 consecutive calendar days.
with no option periods.
Yeah.
Not to exceed the total amount.
Okay, got it. So the only thing we're amending is the government estimate.
Correct, just on the preamble.
On page 44, commissioners, we just amend to the government estimate. $1.7 million is incorrect. That figure is $2,331,846. And this is to be awarded to iTech Builders DBA of ILMA International Incorporated. No, just reiterating.
Long motion.
Long
I'm gonna read it again.
Yeah, just making sure that we're all on the same page before I call a motion. Gentlemen, commissioners, we're good? Any questions, further discussions on the matter? Okay, may I get a motion on the floor, please?
I'll make a motion to attempt to award IFC GHURA 25-12, lead base abatements for pounds 2 and bid base, base bid item 2 at $395, $395,000, and with base bid item number 3 and 4 at $140,500 for a total of $535 with corrections or the addition of government estimate.
Mr. Commissioner, can you go ahead and repeat that total again? I think you said $535.
Oh, no, he corrected it.
He did? Okay, sorry.
$535,500 for the total cost to be with item number 2 of the timeline of 200 consecutive calendar days and back. Bid item number 3 project timeline of 160 consecutive days. With no option period. I'm sorry.
60 consecutive calendar days.
With 60, sorry, right, not to exceed the amount of $535,500.
Thank you, Commissioner. May I get a second?
Second.
Thank you, show pass, call for the vote. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Thank you. The motion is passed with all the corrections necessary. Thank you, commissioners, for pointing all that out. Thank you, executive
Thank you.
director, for.
My apologies.
No, don't be, and thank you to your team as well. Appreciate it. Okay, moving along, we are heading into item number 4, new business. This is the LIHTC 2025 qualified allocation plan. It is located in your package. Commissioners. This is page 1 and executive director.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Commissioner. Appreciate the time. So as you know, we issued the 24 QAP.
Yes.
There were some disagreements, that I guess you guys are aware of, the public's already aware of. However, that did create delays in the issuance of the 2025 QAP. So it's our intent to still make an attempt at issuing the 25 QAP so that we don't risk 24 tax credits to be able to issue that out. So it's going to be an expedited one. So we hope to get it done before December. I'll turn it over to Ms. Kathy to provide some more details, but if you have any questions, we are here and available.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Ms. Kat, the floor is yours.
Hello, board. Hello, commissioners. Thank you, Edie. So what you have before you is a draft qualified allocation plan for for 2025. And what we are asking for today is that you approve that we can release it for public comment. It would not be until the public is engaged in the opportunity and has an opportunity to comment on what we are proposing before you folks will approve it for actual issuance, and a QAP and an application would be released. Now it is an abbreviated timeline. The anticipated completion of the entire process would be early December. And so there is in your packet the draft, the proposed draft, and on in Roman 2 on page 7, there is a timetable there that outlines the essential days, the milestone days for getting things done. The public comment period, should you, as proposed right now, should you concur that it can be released, would actually be tomorrow. But that is because we had to put, this is the normal information that we put into the packet, into the QAP. And so these dates are going to be tentative or subject to anything that you folks might wish to do with respect to the issuance. But this is just the early version. This is the draft that we feel is comfortably ready for release for public comment.
I do want to mention one of the, as you may be aware, the board through, my apologies, for the QAP 2024 had made the determination to take the recommendation of the review panel and award 23 or reserve 23 credits.
Reserve credits under the 2024 allocation.
Under the 2023 credits under the 2024 allocation QAP to Flores Rosa Gardens LLC for their proposed development. However, due to delays because of the disagreements, the 23 credits were unfortunately lost. However, we'd like to honor the board's determination on the project itself and award 24 credits to this 25 QAP to make up for the difference in the 23 credits that were lost.
Right.
So that would leave a total minus that reservation for that previously board approved project. The total would be available for other new applications and competitive proposals is $5,021,880 that any of the applicants can put in for.
Okay.
So we're already minusing out the credits to go towards the project that the board had previously approved.
Okay. Understood. Thank
Was there
you.
any major changes from the last time?
Yes, and I believe the copy that was sent to the board to review highlighted a couple changes. One, we've incorporated the appeals process directly into the action plan. We've clarified some language regarding ownership, when that needs to be finalized or what can be worked on through the process. So we've clarified language there to make it to simplify the reading. And also is important, yes, did you have some?
Oh, you can
Okay.
finish. I just
And
wanted
then
to check in.
we also added a good standing requirement.
Okay, yeah, I noticed that.
Yeah, and I think that's key. We want to make sure that, if there's a history of poor performance, or non-compliance with federal programs, or there's an outstanding debt
Yeah,
to GURA in terms of money that we shouldn't be giving out more funds, right? And I think that's just a comments and practice. So we've noticed, based on our research, there are many other jurisdictions that apply that. And so we think that's important to have as well, for this QAP, for future QAPs.
for future, yeah.
We had never had a tie before.
Oh, yes, that's the big one too, is
That's another one. Where-
what to do in the
so-
event, or how a tie is determined.
We've incorporated a proposal on how we intend to handle ties. We've also included, as part of the actual QAP, the appeal procedures. So that there is, it's there for anyone who's interested to look at it, to take a look at it and review it. It as just as another element of being able to provide information to the individuals. And the one, if I may add,
Yes.
for the reservation, or for the approval of the award that you all did with respect to Flores Rosa Gardens, the development for, the idea is for in the 2025 that it be that the funds be that we reserve those funds, and so in so doing, the remaining amount is, as the executive director mentioned, available for the new competitive information.
And I think it's important to know, yes, there's 25, but
Yeah.
we're looking at 26, so we're hoping not to have more delays or, because of disagreements with parties that we lose credits available to go on, especially as we anticipate an increase in credits in 26 and 27. So, but again, we want to try to salvage what we can,
Yes.
notwithstanding previous disagreements, right? So
Right.
we're placing additional emphasis on this program.
May I just, oh, go ahead, Commissioner.
Oh, no, I just noticed you said draft, right?
Yeah.
For draft, and
Yes.
so I see proposed is really in small down. So I
Which
just
one?
recommend
I can do it.
putting a draft,
Ah.
like first. draft.
Watermark?
Yeah, watermark or
Okay.
something, just on the first, so they know it's not.
I will watermark it, and you're right, it is just in the footnote, it is a footer. It is on the first page as approved by the board for public comment, but I will put straight
Yeah.
across it, a watermark.
Thank you.
I'd like to highlight key dates for the board, and again, I appreciate everyone taking the time. We're glad we have quorum. If you look at page 7, section 2A, that's the timetable we're presented with to be able to salvage the 24 and get that out before the deadline.
Okay.
The next key date would be October 14th. We're going to approve the issuance of the QAP. There'd be a 1-month time frame for submissions of applications. Application will close. And then panel 10 days to review in or about, very compressed. Recommendation will go to the board on December 2nd. So that's another or sorry, we'll submit to you the recommendation, and then the board meeting on the 9th is where the board will decide on the award, correct?
Mhm.
And then between the 9th and the 31 allows for, you know, the issuance of letters and documents, everything we need to execute and go through the checklist before the 31st to make sure that we're good to go.
Okay. Thank you, Edie. Thank you, Ms. Cat. Would you like to add anything else to that?
Notwithstanding the fact that it is an abbreviated period to execute, I appreciated the opportunity to go back in and take a better, take a new look. We've never had a cycle go quite like this, and it
Sure.
gave us room, time to pause and have to take a look at what we do and how to improve it. And I very much appreciate the input that I've been getting from the ED and council and Director Liz in going through this process. So our objective moving forward is to do nothing but improve this process and to ensure that we are better prepared to weather these kinds of things. So we know better now, and we're going to continue to work on that.
Sure, absolutely.
And training plan.
And there is
training.
actually there's quite significant training coming up. So
A lot of 5 a.m.
yes.
coming up.
Yeah, sounds fun.
Yeah, I'm sure it will be.
Okay, so this would be a motion to approve the LIHTC 2025 flood play allocation plan specifically for the October 1st, 2025 to October 13th, 2025 public comment period. Yes?
Yes.
Okay. Commissioners, do you have any questions for Ms. Cat or Executive Director? No? Okay, so with that being said, may I get a motion on the floor, please?
We're approving the draft.
We're gonna do this one, Commissioner. Just gonna say this
Okay.
with October, this one right here. Just.
On page 7.
Page 7, yeah.
I'd like to make a motion for the 2025 low income housing tax credit qualification allocation plan on October 1st.
Yes.
October 1st, 2025 to October 13th of 2025 for public comment period.
Thank you, Commissioner. May I get a second?
Second.
Thank you, Commissioner Chopez. You get a vote. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, motion passes. Thank you, team. Keep us apprised on how this evolves and progresses, and we'll be here to assist you in any way we can.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
And I think the close and the comments will be on the 14th. That's where you're gonna hear if there's any comments regarding the QAP.
Yes,
We'll have a breakdown of comments that came in,
Yes.
what was adopted,
Yeah.
what wasn't, or why it wasn't. So that would be the next key date.
that'll be our feedback period.
Yeah, and we hope we could get the participation report for that one, the key date. So,
Okay.
Thank you.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you. Okay, moving along. This will be item number 6, Executive Director's Report, Project Updates.
Nothing unless the board has questions of me, with respect to your time, I'd like to recommend going to 7 to discuss the next board meeting and then adjournment.
Okay, Commissioners, any questions for Executive Director?
No
None.
question.
Right. Moving along, next proposed, excuse me.
Let the add one.
Oh, no, okay.
No.
So, moving along to item number 7, this is number 2. Next proposed scheduled board meeting Tuesday, October 14th, 2025, 12 p.m. here at the GHURA's main office in Sinoia. Please mark your calendars. And our lovely ladies will be in contact with all of us to confirm our dates. Other than that, may I get a motion on the floor to adjourn today's board meeting?
Make a motion to adjourn.
Okay, can I get a second?
I will second that.
Yeah.
Commissioner Rice, thank you. All right, show of hands. Oh, one, two.
Commissioner Delia.
Oh, excuse me, Delia, Commissioner Delia, excuse me. Thank you. We have approved that. We are adjourned, and the time is 1:39 p.m. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.